Before we wrap, one last question, Burnout. We have been doing it for so long, and burnout is something which is real, which is natural in open source or any other space. Kat, what helps you keep it exciting and stay engaged with the community like you did on day one, or you feel that you're burning out?
Oh, I am burned out. To be clear, like absolutely, without question, I'm burned out. I don't know an open source maintainer who has been consistently working on a project for this long that isn't burned out. We are all crispy. So don't let the fact that I still get stuff done distract from the fact that I am in fact burned out. Um, the answer is that every time I go to a conference that's longer than 3 days, because I go to one or two conferences a month, it's a lot. If one is longer than 3 days, I lie to both my coworkers and my friends and tell them that I am with the opposite group. And then I go take a book and I go to the nicest restaurant in town that I think I can get a table for one at. And I sit there and I eat myself a nice dinner and read a book alone. Because the peopling gets to be a little bit too much. All of the noise gets to be too much. Feeling like you're having to like put on a show all the time starts to feel like it's too much, because when you're an open source maintainer and when you're a developer advocate, you don't really get to have a bad day in public. You don't get to let people see that you're having a bad day. So, although I may be burned out, it's part of my job to make sure that people can't see that. I also don't work during the month of December. So, like, my responsibilities to the release team, I'll still uh, respond to, but otherwise, I don't work in December. I also spend a lot of time outside. And by outside, I mean in the mountains without cell signal and no electronics. So that is helpful. But yeah, most open source maintainers are burned out. You just can't tell.
Well, that's true. We all go through that. And if I ask you, if you're not doing this work, what would you rather be doing right now instead?
Oh, I don't want to work. So, and I don't think most people want to work. Some people for sure do make like their jobs are part of their personality and they really, really love their job so much that it doesn't feel like work to them. I think that is not true for most people. I do not wish to be working. Ideally, I am living in a cabin, um, probably somewhere on the Olympic Peninsula or in the Cascades. The Rockies will work as well, with no neighbors and 70 acres. That's what I would like to be doing. I would like to be sitting around all day taking care of my little house with my cats and my uncomfortably large library. Like that's I would like to be left alone. I know for a person that has a very social job, that's wild, but yeah, like mostly if I had a choice, I'd left alone.
Billy, same question for you. Would you be making music, creating something else? And are you burn out yourself?
Yeah, I burn out and reignite fairly frequently. I don't have a good consistent strategy for it. What I am trying to do, because even the things I consider fun, like I just code for fun, for example, so it'll line up with stuff that I'm doing for work, but that's all very left brain. So I'm trying to get into analog techno music production using all analog hardware, as well as video production and photo, and work the right side of my brain more to get that balance. But in the meantime, I end up just having to get creative and finding ways to force a head change. So back to the ADHD note, I get locked into something and just can't let it go. So getting creative on ways to kind of force me out of that. And I also do my part to take breaks from technology and screens and go places without my phone or stop looking at it at a certain point of the day. It doesn't mean I always do that with my computer per se, but at least with the phone, that has been helpful. But yeah, it's whatever I can come up with to help with the head change. Like even right before this interview, I was actually awake the entire night and didn't even realize it because I was having too much fun coding some Pulumi stuff in Go, and all of a sudden we're getting ready for this interview. Oops. So that's not really a good thing, but one thing that does seem to help semi-consistently is just music.
I fully agree with you, Billy. Kat, thank you so much. Billy, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, sharing your insights, and being so open and candid in this conversation. I feel that we covered a lot today, from Kubernetes' role in the cloud native world to culture and people like you who keep this ecosystem thriving and growing. So thank you so much for both of you. And for those watching, if your team is building in the cloud native or finding ways to give back to open source, we'd love to hear your stories. So don't hesitate, reach out to our teams, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and stay tuned for more conversations right here on TFIR. Thanks for watching.